Tatsuya is a downright freaking badass. I mean, look what he did this episode. I mean, he's already shown how badass he is for this course of this entire series already, but this episode, we see how in-depth he is. He pays attention to everything around him, all low-level magic, no matter how insignificant it is, he detects it, and he will clearly calculate it and figure out what it exactly is. I mean, in this episode, we see right at the beginning, he finds out the entire car bombing thing that we saw end on last episode was a suicide bomber blowing up his own tire, flipping his car, and causing it to spin into the bus. And Tatsuya detected all three sources of this magic in a little bit of time he had, and it was such a low-level spell that pretty much barely anyone would be able to detect. So, wow. Tatsuya is a freaking unbelievable boss to be able to do something like that, okay? Let's just be clear here, okay? And then we get to see the entire head of this entire competition, the 9 schools competition, is, you know, making everybody perceive the wrong person, perceive a girl, instead of perceiving the actual leader of this entire competition. And then Tatsuya and 4 other people were able to detect, I'm guessing, the main president of this entire 9 schools competition. So, wow. Here's the thing though, okay? So, we know Tatsuya detected the person in the middle of the speech, okay? But the person that was at the podium talking about, you know, the terrorists and stuff and how he could have easily been a terrorist and killed everybody there and that there could have been only 5 people that went against him, well, who was the other 4 people? That's the big question here, okay? Now, clearly at the end of this episode, we do see terrorists attacking, okay? We see they're coming into attack for some reason. We don't really know exactly what group and terrorist organization is currently going after, I'm guessing, 9 schools competition yet. We don't know. We do get to see a group of terrorists that Tatsuya quickly just destroys and dismantles right at the end part of this episode. Oh my god, he's freaking quick what he does. It looked like he used some form of lightning magic or something. It looked really freaking cool. But either way, this episode had a couple of reveals too, especially about Miyuki. We find out that her and Tatsuya are actually blood related. They're really blood related. That was revealed because, you know, Miyuki actually states that in this episode right at the end. And also, she pretty much point blank says that she has no romance feelings towards her brother. So right here, this is the something I wanted to hear for a long time. So we don't have any freaking bro, sis romance shit. So thank God, thank God. It was confirmed with Miyuki saying that. Hopefully she's not lying about that. But thank God she actually finally said that. Because now we can move past this issue and we can clearly just see this entire section of bro, sis as some form of comedy they try to throw in. But besides that, okay, this episode, like I said, just sets up everything that's still going on for the 9 schools competition. They're really taking their time, I noticed, in these past couple episodes. I mean, the last arc was kind of rushed a little bit, but with this, they're actually taking their time, and they're actually taking enough time to develop, I'm guessing, the overall arc. We're getting into the beginning parts of the 9 schools competition, because, I mean, we haven't really even gotten into the competition games yet. Right now, all they've done is set up where they're staying at right now. We're getting to see, you know, just the main president of this 9 school competition coming in and talking about everything, and we see a terrorist organization coming in and starting to try to cause problems in the series. So we know our antagonist of this arc, okay? We know the antagonist is most likely the Crimson Prince, as we saw at the beginning, and at the same time, most likely this terrorist group. Okay, we got that. But we don't really know exactly the main goal of these terrorists attacking at the end of this episode, so hopefully we'll find out very soon. Now let's talk about the animation. Animation this episode was good in certain scenes. It wasn't the best, but it was good, and so I can't really down the animation there. Music, I love the fucking music. The music is really good, especially in those comedy scenes, especially in that fan service bath scene. I'm not one for fan service. I don't like fan service, and I'll be honest with you, somewhat of that entire scene was completely useless. Majority of it was, besides the entire Miyuki revelation of announcing that she has no romance feelings towards her brother. So, that was the only important thing out of that entire bath scene. Everything else I felt like was just there wasting time. Honestly. I'm gonna be honest here. So, like this episode, some good reveals, good setup, looking forward to the next episode, and everybody tell me your thoughts on this episode of Mahouka. I love you all so much, please be safe, Chibi out.